G'day, yo, going folks, welcome aboard, thank you very much for joining me. I am the Aussie Don and welcome aboard to Australia Worldwide Gaming and Entertainment. We've got some Train Sim World free action here on this Saturday. What the hell am I doing here on a Saturday? I'm not usually at my mate's house on the weekends. Nah, not this weekend. It's Father's Day here in Australia, folks, tomorrow on Sunday. So yeah, it's our Father's Day here in the land down under, but unfortunately I won't be able to see my daughter because the mother has come down with the flu. Can't go and see her, so I'll be here in the studio, and our all aboard Train Simulator live stream will be green lighted. I'll be posting that on the channel later on today. I still haven't decided what I was going to be doing. I actually thought that new Scottish route was releasing this week, because as soon as it came up with pre-order, I didn't see a date for it. I thought, oh, surely it's going to be releasing in the next 24 hours. But it's very unusual for a Train Simulator route to be on a pre-order, let alone it being pre-order for a few weeks before release. So yeah, that's a first. Yeah, it's very, very strange. Anyway, I am wearing my winning team this week, thank Christ, after a 6-game losing streak. It was the final round this week, so yeah, we didn't make the finals, but we won the final game of the year, so that was good. One free Colin Dresden. What we're doing, 101 action. I'm doing a full Deutschland design on this, a Creators Club design of the 101. So let's get it up and running. First things first, I'll put the cheating lane in there. Doors open. Train lights on. Brake release. Nope, don't need that. I can keep that the way it is. All I have to do is go over here. Hang on. There we go.
RFB.
Got to get up. It's not going to let me. They should have a camera where you can actually go over the panel over here. You don't have to stuff around. But anyway. Not using PZB, LZB, you know how much of a bugger that is. It's a real bastard, I can say that much. There will be a bit of glitching along the way, folks. You know the drill. German routes suffer more so. And yeah, after seeing I didn't watch all the preview, by the way, because I want to keep it to suspense. You know, as soon as it got to the big massive station with the green roof and everything, I stopped watching. I was so disappointed. I'm like, where's the little mushroom building that's on the side that's in Train Simulator's version? Where is it? It's not there.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Which is AKA Free Countries route in Train Simulator, which I just recently played for the first time at OMG. So damn good. And the train is so damn complicated. And we all know the sounds are terrible for the Train Sim World version. I agree with. I did see somebody say something about it should have used the sounds of the SBB talent locomotive, and I agree. Yeah, that flirt was actually more probably more appropriate to use than the damn talent too. Man, I pray in God that there's somebody in the community that's going to give us the right sounds, and knowing the community that for the hardcore Train Simulator players for PC, we shouldn't have an issue. But I am so yeah, it's so sad for the people that have to suffer with it on the console version. Did see a little bit of glitching, yeah. I've seen the dropping frames, even though they didn't show them on the screen. I clearly seen all that. Don't worry about that. Nothing unusual there. I'll be taking my custom engine settings over anyway from Train Sim World 3 to 2, sorry, free to. Well, it's technically is still the second version of the game, isn't it? They haven't moved the engine since halfway through the second version, so there you go. Well, we've been on 426 now since rush hour, I think it was. They can call it all. Like I said, they can call it yabba dabba doo. It doesn't matter. It's the same old train sim world. We know it's a market ploy. We don't have to be jumping hoops and telling us what. It's to market the new players. That's all it is. They're targeting the console players more so. Because if you get involved in this game like I have since I discovered it at my mate's place, thanks a lot. Yes, I wish I could rewind 2017. Someone rewind the date of 2017, Back to the Future, and then I swear to God, I just put myself in, like, I'm in Matt's body, and I was like, we need to do something about this frame rate ASAP before we go any further with this game. Look, it's better than what it was. In some routes it's good, some routes it's bad. It's a mixed bag. It can be a mixed bag. Ever since I use these custom settings though, I can play routes that I used to have 10-second frame rate freezes on, like the biggest one that was the Hamburg-Lübeck route, in between the walls, when the walls go through. In between the walls, there's a section where there's a bunch of walls, and there's one section that has I call it mismeshing. Like I've explained to you guys that some of the materials in the game that they build, like the garbage and all that on the sides of the rails and everything, which is technically out of the way of the rails, which I just think it's just a waste of space, a waste of memory. Don't need it in the game. I don't know why they bother with it. There's a mismatch in the way that they mesh it. The mesh that they use is causing the frame rate issue. But Unreal Engine 4 has got a well-known history, even not just Train Sim World, like Unreal Engine 4 with certain games. I think it was a Star Wars game that has the same issue. There's a couple others that have the same issues with micro shattering, frame rate issues, just the same old dazzle dazzle. Anyway, I thought I'll jump on here before the qualifying starts for F1. I thought I've got a bit of time. I'm waiting for the F1 qualifying to start. It's starting at midnight our time here in Australia, so I thought it's usually at 11 PM they usually start the qualifying, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Has the times changed in the UK over the last 24 hours? No, I don't think they have. Or Italy, that is. I know Italy and UK and Central Europe times 1 hour difference. So. Okay. My mate's just messaged me. He must be watching. He's said no, the times haven't changed. I know they are due soon. So we'll be going into daylight saving next month sometime, which is October. Hey, it is September now, folks. Hey. And guess what, folks? It's the 1 year anniversary of TSW3. Today's the day, I think. I'm pretty sure it was the second last year. There you go. And I'm on a Train Sim World 2 route. You know what? I sort of saving the TSW3 routes. As you know, we're having a top 5 countdown a couple of days before the launch of Train Sim World 4 for the best routes in the last 12 months. So yeah, what will be the #1 route in the Train Sim World 3 era? And join the Hall of Fame with the Hemstrucker Ranru as the best route in Train Sim World 1. Second place was East Coast Way. And in Train Sim World 2 era, the #1 route was the London Commuter Brighton Main Line. And second place was South Eastern High Speed. What will be the #1 route in the Train Sim World 3 era? That'll be a big question, actually. In the top 5 we did for Train Sim World 1, we actually, the original Northeast Corridor was in the top 5. Good news is we're getting those fixes for the that way it normally does that after I do the camera for the first time on the German routes also. Look at that beautiful design. Yeah, I picked this design up over the last week actually. I was just thinking, what route can I do? Sort of liking the Nahverkehr Dresden again also. Only because the other day I did that scenario and haven't seen lightning in a particular run like I did on that particular scenario in quite a while. Man, there's some lightning going on in that damn scenario the other day. Real close to the track, and I'm just like, damn, is this Train Sim World 3 back at when it was at launch or what? What's going on? It was just crazy. Yep. We're not taking we're taking the scenic route, because that's sort of more so the S-Bahn, the freight. The freight doesn't go down there? Oh no, I think the freight comes up here. Yeah, that's more the S-Bahn, so it's your stop-start service. Yeah, I'm looking for. Well, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sort of not looking forward to it. I'm really worried that this route, with the climatic clouds and everything, like the updated Pod 4 system, and that is going to ruin the lighting for starters, because as you know, this particular route's lighting was absolutely stunning when it was first released for rush hour. It was beautiful, it was great, you know, and it still is. So it'll be interesting to see what Pod 4 does to the lighting. Is it going to ruin it? I don't know. At the night time, that's the question. Well, don't worry, we'll check that out. I'll give you my brutal thoughts if they've changed the lighting, especially at night time at the stations and that. Yeah, it's a pretty impressive lighting already. As you know, you're not normally allowed to use your horn in Germany unless it's an emergency or something like that. But yeah, that is a rule of Germany. Freight Locos, as you know, 120 is the maximum speed for freight. 160 you get special permission for 160, but that is more so for a empty freight or just a, you know, maybe just a quick dab down the rails. CSX, good morning. How you going? Edgard Martins, how you going? G'day. Good tag to all the jokers out there that are watching. Hello to you, the land down under. I am your Australian OG of Trends and World. So I've been doing the game on my YouTube channel since 2019, but you know, I mucked around with the game off. I played it on Xbox. That was the first time I did get it. I was on Xbox. This was after 2017. But as I explained to one of my good mates, had the original Train Sim World CSX Heavy Haul when it was first released, and he was in beta. He was doing the beta, you know? And I went to his house one day. I'm like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Oh, come, I want to show you something." You know, I go, "You like simulation, don't you?" And I said, "Yeah, you know, I'm a fan of simulation." Like, as he knows, my simulation roots come from building games, because I grew up playing the original SimCity and then SimCity 2000 and so forth, on and on, till Train Sim World 4 and to SimCity 4, and then obviously the remake of SimCity just was terrible. And he knows I've done some detailed stuff for City Skylines. And anyway, playlist explains that as well. You'll see some incredible detail. Anyway, he's like, "Oh, come on, I'm going to show you something." He's seen him driving the train, and I'm like, "Oh, what's this?" He's like, "Oh, this is Train Sim World CSX Heavy Haul." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I said, "That looks pretty impressive." I said, "How long have you been playing it for so far?" He said, "Oh, about an hour into the trip." And me not knowing I'm going to be sitting there for an hour just until another hour for the end of it. I'm like, "Damn, you went for 2 hours." I'm like, "Okay." I said, "Can I go have a go at this?" He's like, "Yeah." He showed me all the setups and everything. He played hardcore as he was setting it up, like with all the systems and everything. I'm like, no, just give me the basics. I just want to learn it, you know. And I mucked around with it. I didn't play for 2 hours, but I had a decent run, you know, like I was on it for about 40 minutes. I said, "This is pretty impressive." I said, I quite like it. I said, "Do you think it'll come to console at the time?" Because at the time I didn't have a PC or anything, like gaming PC. I had just a PC for just business, you know. And anyway, he's like, yeah, I think it'll eventually go to console. Me not knowing it was going to be, you know, a little bit more than 12 months. I think it was 18 months later or something, 18 months later. But anyway, it went to Xbox first up, and then it went to PlayStation 4 after that. So I had the Xbox and PlayStation 4 at the time, so I went and got the Xbox. And I was pretty bored with it very quickly because there wasn't much going for it, but there was definitely more than what the, you know, like I've seen the progress through what he was doing in that, and me not knowing there was you know, northeast corridor route that went over this bridge. I'm like, hang on, is this Sydney? I'm not going over this bridge. It looks like the Sydney Harbour Bridge. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, I looked it up and got some history lessons and everything about the Hell's Gate Bridge in New York City, New York, and found out that the guy that built the New York Bridge was approached by the design team that was coming up with a design for our bridge here in Sydney at the time, which now is the world famous Sydney Harbour Bridge. Not knowing that the Hell's Gate Bridge is the original. Our bridge is being based off the original design in New York City. I was like, wow. So So yeah, US and Australia have a good connection in that sense, and yeah, the New York's bridge is got a connection with our bridge. So there you go, New York and Sydney as united as one, both on the east coast too. Yeah, pretty impressive. But anyway, going back to it, I was going over this bridge all the time. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. Every time I went over the bridge, I was on my streams or uploads or whatever. I'm like, yeah, we're going over the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And the true fact is that they do have a rail line. Like, they got the road that goes over our bridge, but they do have a rail line on it as well. So that's how wide our bridge is as well. So it has all these lanes of traffic, and then you got your 2 lanes of rail on the not on the side they do the fireworks on. It's on the other side actually. Because the other side, the reason why they don't use both sides of the harbour bridge for the fireworks on New Year's Eve and all that is they have all the water pipes and everything are on that side, so they don't do the fireworks on that side. And that was rules and regulations. Yeah, CSX 44CW says he's going to be going rail fanning on today, which is Saturday, and on Monday. Well, now I can't see my daughter for Father's Day because of my the mother of my kid, which is my ex-partner. Unfortunately, I can't see her because she has got the flu. Not my daughter, but she's obviously worried that my daughter's going to get the flu now because yeah, she's got the flu, so mother's got the flu. So I don't know what I'm going to do now. I did hear something that my nephews are going to come over for Father's Day for my dad tomorrow, also for their grandfather. So my nephews might be here. But I'll be definitely live with my Train Simulator live stream, 8 PM in East Coast Australia, 7:30 PM South Australia, Northern Territory, 6 PM Western Australia, 11 AM British Summer Time, 12 PM Germany, 6 AM in the eastern states of the USA, 3 AM in Los Angeles and the west coast of the USA, and 5 AM in Texas and New Orleans and Oklahoma. We'll be live with our Train Simulator Sunday tradition of All Aboard. And I'm not sure what I'm doing at the moment. I don't have a clue what I'm going to be doing for it. I'm not doing East Coast Mainline, no. I've already done some gameplay of that. And yeah, I did do the Three Countries route the other day. You know, I really want to go to the Three Countries route tomorrow, but I sort of want to save that again for an individual stream, so I will hold that off. So I'll do something that's outside the box and see what we come up with. My mate Tony earlier today, he's like, oh, you're going to be doing Flying Scotsman stream leading into Train Simulator 4's release on Train Simulator, and I said, on the part of the East Coast Main Line that's coming to it, and I said, yeah, of course. He said, oh, looking forward to that. So yeah, plans are that I will do it sometime this week coming, so yeah, that is in the pipeline. And I have got the centenary version of the Flying Scotsman on Train Simulator, so obviously it won't be the same. Don't forget once again, folks, I've nice little friendly reminder that we've got a little poll vote going on out in the community area where you guys can vote for what route you're looking forward to the most for train Simwell 4's launch. It is obviously the four routes that are coming. So the US route is poorly way behind A4, which is no surprise really, because as I explained to you guys, it's such a poor flop in my opinion. And it's going to be a fancy timetable. It's not a good timetable. It's obviously the route in real life's only got like services every hour. Sometimes it breaks in between. It's like 2 hours. It's pretty. I don't know why they didn't go to San Bernardino route, to be honest. Would have been so much better. Anyway, we got what we got, and it's definitely going to be a fancy timetable because we already said they're going to be doing like shorter services and that. I thought, well, that's definitely a fancy timetable straight away. Which I sort of had a feeling that would go. Looking forward to the Railworks. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be nice. Besides the talent, obviously at first, folks, we'll have to probably put up with the sound, because we've got to wait for the modder or a modder to come up with a sound mod for the talent one, which is we're talking about the ABBs for the Railwork. So obviously we've got to wait for the sound modder to come up with the sound, So we'll put up with it. I'm not sure for how long. Not sure if we're going to get a sound mod. Are we going to get a sound mod that is correct? That's the question. Is there going to be enhancement packs? What mods that we use now for Train Simwell 3 are going to be converted over to Train Simwell 4, and how long are they going to take? That's the question. I think I might have found the issue that I was having with the PSIs not working at the stations. They were working, but they were just blank, like they were just coming up completely blank, like with the PSI colouring, but just completely wiping the board. I think I found the issue, so I did do a bit of testing, and I pinpointed it down to this one particular mod that hasn't been updated for about 6 months. So I have a feeling that could be the issue. Still doing testing on it, so obviously most of the testing is when I'm uploading the live stream. I'd like to hear from you guys on the live chat what route you're looking forward to the most as well. You can feel free to ask me what my route is. I'll be honest with you guys, I've been begging for the East Coast Main Line and the Azuma to come into Train Simwell for quite a while. I was hoping for the south section, yes. But me not thinking straight, as soon as I seen the leak about the Flying Scotsman and everything, I thought, I didn't think Doncaster straight away, because I was just like, I was so focused on, the Easter eggs that are popping up on the East Coast Main Line down there next to the tunnel that goes through on the southeastern high speed. How they had the Class 66s there and doing the construction there, and then they took them away when the 700 was released, and then they replaced it with 700s coming in and out. I thought, well, state the obvious, East Coast Main Line's coming, and then not knowing that they played us all along with those two Easter eggs, and they went further down the line into the It's not far north, but it is north. Because obviously the far north is technically Newcastle to Edinburgh. We have all the sections on Train Simulator Classic, which is good. I've got the ATS version as well, the full route. I just haven't got it downloaded at the moment. Don't forget, I am involved in this week's Train Simulator Classic Week 33 screenshot contest at the forums as well, folks. You can vote for me, the Aussie Don, give it a like. As you know, they always vote for the one with the most likes, so let's get those likes up there, folks. We are way behind the 8 ball. Let's get those likes. Come on, folks. Vote for the Aussie Don. It's been since week 26 that I won a screenshot contest for Train Simulator Classic. I won week 6 and 26 this year for Train Simulator Classics screenshot contest. It's been since week 16 for Train Sim World, but I'm not involved in this week's Train Sim World contest because I just don't have any reflections that are good enough. Man, some beautiful reflection photos coming through, I'll tell you. Everyone's photos is always great to see, you know, it's so good to see, you know, fellow rail fans, you know, sharing their content with the community, with photos, videos and live streams, news, which we've actually done over the last 24 hours. We've got some news about the Railworks, latest screenshots, and the details from the forum that I, not from the forum actually, it was on the actual website, the Train Sim World website. I got the details off there. And then I gave you guys a little bit of details about our uploaded videos and live streams that you can come to at any time. And that's about it. Oh yeah, that's right. We're going into the far section here. Really got to do some rock climbing on the side of the wall just there. You know what they should have done? I didn't see how they got that rock climbing thing on the side there. It would have been cool to have seen somebody with the rope and just hang it off the side or something, just to pretend that they're rock climbing that way. It would have been a nice little feature in the game, I reckon. But yeah, again, it kind of could have caused frame rate issues. Knowing Train Sim was lack of optimization. Yeah, top section. Man, we haven't been up the top section here for quite a while. Keep forgetting the inner city coaches come up here because they, technically, in reality, they keep going further. Well, I'd love to stay a little bit more, folks, but yeah, we're just going to do this one trip here for now. I'll come back after qualifying. I'll do some more gameplay after. Actually, if I don't do a live stream, I'll do an uploaded video. I'll post that on the channel for Sunday, I think. So qualifying for F1's coming up in 20 years.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
I'm so used to it. Oh my god. Gold medal. That would have been a platinum. It wouldn't have been actually because I didn't use all the safety systems. I'd use CIFA. That was about it. I would have got points for CIFA in TSW4. But I think they actually, with the new point system, I think it's only for Train Sim 4 routes, isn't it? They're not putting them onto the old routes. I think it would be a pain in the butt if they were for the older routes, because say for instance, if somebody is a collector of the medals, which I don't really give a rat's about, to be honest, the point system, everything, I don't really care, you know. I might be 550, level 550 almost, but, you know. I would have been way further than that, because obviously back in the days I've had to reset my levels a couple times over because I had a few PC meltdowns and stuff, but these days there's a cloud. But anyway, the cloud wasn't there back in the days, and we had to reset. I had to reset a few times over. So I would have been higher than that, but levels were very important to me in medals back in the days, but now I don't really care. So yeah, it's all about the enjoyment, giving you guys a bit of fun and entertainment and relaxation. And yeah, we have got our custom loading screens, and I'll continue to update those over time. You'll see new custom loading screens every week on our channel, and obviously leading into our streams, we'll have our cover photos up on there as well. But there, that was one of the recent photos. That one there from the 103 is actually a cover photo that I used for one of my recent uploaded videos. So there you go. I also got the proper cover for it. So yeah, all right. So thank you very much for coming along. Nice little short and sweet trip on the Nahverkehr Dresden. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Australia Worldwide Gaming and Entertainment. We're going to be the home of Train Sim World 4 in Australia, of course. As always, our playlist speaks for itself. I should be an ambassador, to be honest, after over 2,000 videos in total of TSW history. But yeah, it doesn't really bother me. I'm a brutally honest person, so that's why I'm not an ambassador, because me, I basically shit this down all the time with this problem, that problem, this problem, that problem, and that's probably why you don't see Sam too often now on Train Sim World's gameplay, because as you know, back in the days, he used to tell everybody, he used to say, hey, that's a problem, this is a problem. He even said something about the memory issue back in the days. And he's a straight shooter, Sam. But he's like me, he's a straight shooter, and that's what happens when you're over 40 years old. You got more of a brain, and you know the drill by now. You know what's going on. It's this. When you work, look, I'll be honest with you guys. When you're running a business, you got to be like this. This is what it's all about: money and keeping it afloat. Yeah, to give you guys more of what you want, and that is more rail. So do understand that. But anyway, as much as we can cry to the hills about this and that, and moving the engine to Unreal Engine 5, which will never happen unless they do a whole new simulator for trains. But that won't happen anytime soon. So yeah, I've given up on Unreal Engine 5 ever happening. So like I said, the only way it's going to happen is that they do a whole new train simulation game, and they're not going to do it because they're making a profit from this already. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. It's been an honor and privilege for bringing you Train Sim World 3 once again here at the home of TSW, Australia Worldwide Gaming and Entertainment. I am the Aussie Don, three-time winner of screenshot contests here in 2023. We'll see you next time on the rails. And take care, folks. I'll see you in a few hours' time for some more. Hooroo.